Hi, my name's Dave Sima. On May 1st, 2026, my girlfriend and I took a long weekend adventure to the Seattle area to see the city and meet up with a couple of longtime friends. The downtown Hyatt Regency, where we stayed, happened to be the venue for CancerCon 2026 that weekend. The morning after our arrival, we were returning to our room after breakfast when a young woman walked behind us at the same elevator, simply said, "I like your shirt." It was the Red Cross shirt with a Yeti on the back and the slogan, "Yeti Set Donate." As we all stepped onto the elevator, I joked that it only took me 425 platelet donations to earn that shirt. She laughed and said she had 130 some transfusions. We just froze and our jaws dropped. She asked if I was there for the cancer convention, as she was. She's a cancer survivor. When I shared with her that for the past 20 years I've only donated platelets, she shared with us a short story of not having platelets available for over a day once and almost died. The tears are starting to well up. I must mention that the Hyatt's elevator is the fastest I've ever been in. We were staying on the 31st and she the 42nd floor. As we approached our floor, I held out my hand to shake hers. She looked at me with a smile and asked if she could give me a hug. I wrapped her in my arms and held her so tight I worried I would break her. I don't think I've ever hugged someone that hard. The reason I mentioned the elevator is that as the door opened on the 31st floor, we wouldn't let go of that hug, and the door closed. All three of us laughed as the elevator headed to the 42nd floor. Again, the door opens and we are still in that hug. I'm not clear if it was fully closed or if we had to reopen it. But we were all laughing and crying due to the fact that we couldn't even get off the elevator. As she ran out the door, Annie and I were pretty much sobbing so bad we missed our floor. Again! We were just so overwhelmed we couldn't function enough to ride the elevator. We finally reached our room and talked about the experience we just had. The reason the elevator speed was an important part of the story is that this initial encounter probably took 1 minute. Okay, the elevator mishap lengthened that a bit, but what seemed like a long encounter was only a tiny little blip in time. A blip so impactful that I later walked into the bathroom, sat on the edge of the tub with my head in my hands, and cried. The Red Cross sends us newsletters talking about the lives we save. To me, it always seemed like there was a wall of anonymity between donors and survivors. We donors sit in our chairs, pampered by caring staff, providing a life-saving product for someone we will never know. Survivors lay in a bed, pampered by caring staff, receiving a product from someone they will never know. Separately, we respect one another, and perhaps a donor may wonder from time to time who my platelets are going to, or a survivor, curious who may have donated today's platelets. I never got to know the name of the survivor I stumbled on in the elevator. After 20 years of donating for someone I will never know, a name's not important. I was rewarded with the chance to share an experience and hold a survivor who would not be alive today without donors like us. We simply provide the ammunition, but the survivors are the ones fighting the battle. For me, that wall of anonymity came down in an elevator in Seattle by simply wearing the right t-shirt at the right hotel and taking the right elevator at the right time. I had forgotten how rewarding donating was to me. I skipped a recent donation, just wasn't feeling it. Had said when I hit 70 I'll stop, or maybe when I reach 1,000 units. Then life comes along and slaps you upside the head with something like this. Each time I sit in that chair from now on, I'll surely remember that hug. Sharing experience with one another provides support, strength, and a feeling of well-being for both sides. And when it comes to cancer, we're all on the same side. Find a donor, find a survivor, and share experiences. Then share a hug, and do it again. Thank you.